was hilarious. I gotta give props on Nick for that because that was
That was the best session we've had so far. I
It was
loved
fun,
that.
right?
Was that planned, or did that just kind of just come to you?
What's that?
The whole, the hobgoblin taking her arm, grabbing her by the arm, and pulling her inside. Was that all ad-libbed? Like you just came up with that?
Yeah. No, that is definitely 100% ad-libbed.
That's awesome.
Wow.
That's cool.
Like, I just thought it was funny because she's wandering in. She looks like a goblin. You know what I mean? These hobgoblins just like, are in charge of the goblins. So they see one wandering around. They're like, "Hey, get over here!" You know what I mean? Like it just.
And then she magically appears, and we're like, there's a goblin.
I know. I was like, I'm sorry.
That was awesome.
I think that was fun.
I'm surprised she got out of it like the way she did. Like her roles, just like she feigned death, and then I guess while everyone wasn't looking, she just got out of there. And how she did that. Like, I guess you were completely thrown aback by that, too. Because she had to pass 2 different checks. And she got, like, a 20 on each one or whatever.
Yeah, she literally rolled a 20 on both. It was like stealth and deception or something like that. It was,
the Enterprise beamed her out of the castle and outside again, basically.
Dude, I'm not going to lie. That was complete luck. I was so terrified. I took a screenshot of what I saw. I don't want to show it until like well after we're out of there, but we're still continuing it, so I'm trying not to spoil anything.
I'm sure there were a lot of goblins in there, at least.
I don't know.
No, I know.
I told you.
You told us that there were a lot of goblins, but I won't press you for anything more than that. It wouldn't be fair.
Yeah. I don't even remember me telling you how many. I was just like panicking as I was running up to you guys. I was like, go.
I like how you didn't take your mask off while you were running up to us, so you had to roll a deception check, which you passed, like, got a 20, so you deceived us, which is bad. So rolling low is what you wanted, I guess, in that case.
Yeah, I'm almost regretting the decision of Sunset not attacking me, because that is not like her, right? If she saw that little goblin. Not like anyone.
She said that usually she shoots what she is in her line of sight.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm not going to, punish you guys for not wanting to shoot.
You get an F for not playing your character correctly.
I know.
That's right.
Oh, by the way, Nick, the next time you get an arc, I'm punching your character.
Well, I didn't do anything.
Huh?
What did he do?
Yes,
I did nothing.
You and Kayan both did it.
No, that was all Kayan. I was just a harmless spectator.
So, I asked Kayan in the game the other day if he wanted any organic polymer because I didn't need any at the time. And he said no, and you can just eat it. And he said you can eat the organic polymer, so I eat it, instantly die. And then I'm like, what the crap was that? He's like, I said you can eat it, but I highly don't suggest you do it. And so I was like, I asked him in chat where he was, and he's like hiding from you. I found him in the taming pen, and I just punched him.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
You asshole.
I'm picturing you like with that sniper rifle, like somewhere in the trees, just waiting for him to come out of his house.
I said you could eat it, not that you should eat it.
Yeah.
He obviously knew what he was doing. All right, I sent you a message with a whole bunch of information about Wild Shape gear, so you could read through that. It has a list of all the stuff you could transform into. So yeah.
Cool. I've got my sheet open. Do you want to do ours at the same time, or is it easier just to do us one at a time?
I think Kira can pretty much do her normal level up all by herself, because I think she doesn't get that much as a druid at level 3. Okay. Probably just some new spells, maybe.
Cool.
I circle the land druid. I get to pick like Arctic Coast or things like that, which I'm looking at right now. So.
Oh, do you get that? My bad. I didn't even realize that.
Yeah.
All right. So if you do need help, let me know. I didn't realize that.
I should be okay for now.
All right. I'm on the levels tab. It just says Ranger level 2 plus 1 equals level 3, HP 6. I guess it's giving me the option to either take the average or just roll, but I'll take the average. So
yeah, that's a safe bet.
yeah. Class features primeval awareness. All right.
That's probably. Let me double check here. So what does that one say? Actually, you know what? I'll look at your character sheet so you don't have to read the whole thing out to me.
Sorry, I'm looking at the. Is there a find feature? Let's see. No.
I can be a camel.
A camel?
I can bite people.
There you go.
As a camel. That is so amazing. Can you spit on them?
No, it just says bite. I wish there was a spit thing.
So basically, you can retain water for the party. So anytime we
That
need
is
water.
so amazing.
That's awesome.
Just when I get thirsty, just open your home.
I could be a weasel. Oh, I'm gonna have so much fun with this.
Yes, be a ferret.
Is there a ferret in here?
Well, weasels and ferrets, same family.
Yeah, because aren't weasels like super tiny?
Kinda.
So, as an additional slight rule on top of this, Kira, it has to be an animal that you would be reasonably familiar with. So you can't transform into something you've never seen before. So, like, I would say like a giant fire beetle, probably not. But like a goat, a hyena, jackal, just like the more common stuff, I'll probably allow pretty much anything. So I just wanted to give you a heads up on that. Like, not everything on this list would be available to you.
Would a druid know what a weasel is?
Depends on where she came from, and like if she had never been to the desert before, then maybe she's never seen a camel before, right?
Oh yeah, that's right.
Apparently, I do not own the player's handbook. So when I clicked on Primeval Awareness, it brought up the information, and then it says you do not own the player's handbook. But I can probably just Google Primeval Awareness and get an answer.
No, so it's going to be something different than Roll20 is telling you, anyways, because this is one of the things that got revised. So we can just skip that right now, anyways, and I'll put in the updated one to your character sheet once everything's all said and done.
Gotcha. Well, the only archetype available is Hunter, SRD, whatever that is.
Yes, so this is going to be the part where it's going to take a minute. So, as far as the list that I have, there might be stuff that's not on here, but we'll probably just stick to this unless you. And if you find something else that is outside of this list that you're interested in, on doing your own research, just let me know. We can work with that.
Okay.
But I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 things here that you could choose from. So the first one is called the Beast Conclave. So this one is the basically the pet class or the pet subclass. So at the third level, you learned to use your magic to create a powerful bond with a creature of the natural world. With 8 hours of work and the expenditure of 50 gold pieces worth of rare herbs and fine food, call forth an animal from the wilderness to serve as your faithful companion. You normally select a companion from among the following animals: an ape, a black bear, a boar, a giant badger, a giant weasel, a mule, panther, or a wolf. However, your DM might pick one of these animals for you based on the surrounding terrain and what types of creatures are logically present in the area.
So you have to actually spend money every time you want to summon one?
No. So it's a one-time cost. So you just need the 50 gold pieces initially. And then, however, it does go on to say that if your animal companion is ever slain, the magical bond that you share allows you to return it to life. With 8 hours of work and the expenditure of 25 gold pieces worth of rare herbs and fine food, you call forth your companion's spirit and use your magic to create a new body for it. Okay. So basically, even if it dies, it's not permadeath.
Okay. Now, the downside is I don't think I have that much gold. So for me to take that now, I wouldn't be able to utilize that at all. I mean, it sounds cool. Will I get this possibly in the future? Or is this a take it now or never get it ever again kind of thing?
No, you can. Yeah. Well, I first of all, I think between everyone in your party, you'd easily be able to get 50 gold at this point. So I think people would be willing to, either give it to you or loan it to you or whatever. Mm-hmm. However, if that's not the case and you just want to do it with your own gold pieces, then we could just do it whenever you get the gold. It's not a huge deal.
Okay. And that's this. So you're listing archetypes right now, or
yes?
Okay.
So this is the Beast Conclave, which is an archetype.
Beast. Okay.
Let's see. I'm just going to try to highlight some of the more interesting stuff rather than read every single detail.
No, I understand.
Are you guys looking at the same thing? The same page?
I'm not looking at anything, but I'm gonna actually Google it now. So it was Hunter 5e, and then just archetypes.
Yeah.
All right. And I'm looking D&D Beyond. Is that?
Yeah, just be careful, because if it's one of those official sites, and they might do the same thing where it says you don't own this, book or whatever. You don't own this thing, so you don't have access to it. Let me see if I can find a web page for it.
I can be a bunny with a unicorn horn.
What in the world? It's called a boonicorn or something?
No,
What?
It's called an Almirage.
Okay.
They're actually quite cute.
Okay. Here's this. Vince, I'll link this to you. So this is a PDF that includes the base revised Ranger stuff, so you could always look at this, so you're not completely in the dark about what your base class will be doing in the next couple levels or what have you.
Okay.
And it also details 3 of the subclasses that I would be showing you otherwise.
Cool. All right, so let me do...
This is what it looks like.
Okay, so... Oh my goodness. Okay, so class features... Wow. What page was all... Okay. So... Ranger Conclaves, there's...
Yes, so there's the Beast Conclave. That was the one I was telling you about, where you get this animal companion.
Okay.
So the long story short of it is it obeys your commands. It rolls initiative separately from your initiative, but you just determine what it does on its turn. It levels up with you, essentially, which is cool. At 5th level, when you use the attack action, your companion uses its reaction to make a melee attack as well, which is pretty cool. So it's basically centered around having this companion. So
does this thing have like a certain attack based on the, like a bear would roll a...
Yes.
Okay, a D8 or D20 or what, I don't know. So each animal's different.
So I'll mention about that too is it says specifically that if the animal would typically have like multi-attack, it loses its multi-attack because they deemed that too overpowered for a companion pet.
Okay.
So it might not be as strong as a creature in the wild, but it's just basically supplementing your own character.
Gotcha.
So they kind of combine them into one as far as like power level goes.
Okay. And so the next one I'm looking, is it Hunter Conclave? That's the next thing I could possibly take?
So that would be a different conclave you can choose. Yep. Okay.
So instead of doing an animal route, the Hunter Conclave, let's see. So I could choose either Colossus Slayer, Giant Killer, or Horde Breaker. Is that
right?
Okay. And then beginning at level 5, you can attack twice. So if I take this, the Beast Conclave, I won't get multi-attack at level 5? Is that why?
Correct.
Interesting. Okay, I kind of want to go with the... I kind of like the Hunter Conclave route, personally. I mean, as much as I like the idea of an animal companion, making myself into a killing machine, I kind of like that better.
Yeah. It's less upkeep as well. You know what I mean? Just in general, you don't have to worry about what your animal's going to be doing every turn, or every round, I guess I should say. And and some of this stuff is pretty cool, like the Horde Breaker. Once on each of your turns, when you make a weapon attack, you can make another attack with the same weapon against a different creature that's within 5 feet of the original. So you're just getting like free AoE damage.
Right. And that's actually, I think, the way I was thinking about going, because if we're in a castle right now and there's like a gazillion goblins, the ability to multi-attack in that fashion. And then I'm guessing that Horde Breaker would then stack with multi-attack at level 5.
Yeah.
So wait, so if I attack...
No, I'm sorry. It does say once on each of your turns.
Oh, once. Okay, so I would get... So if I had, say, multi-attack, I would shoot once, use that Horde Breaker, and then multi-attack again, but don't get the Horde Breaker. So I would get 3 instead of 2, essentially. And that's
correct.
Only if, though, that there's someone nearby the original target.
Only if they're standing right next to each other, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. And then Deep Stalker Conclave. I'm guessing it's like a stealth kind of thing. Let's see. Dark Vision out to a range of 90 feet.
Which is very cool.
Yeah, so I'm guessing this is more sneaky, stealthy. Okay, I gain extra attack at level 5. Wisdom saving throws at level 7. When I miss at level 11, I can make another attack. Disguise at level 3. Rope. Yeah, I think I might go with Hunter Conclave, personally.
Okay.
Out of the 3 that I'm seeing here.
Let me see.
I don't know what the default is on Roll20.
So I would actually just leave that blank, that drop down.
Ranger archetype, just choose?
Yeah, just leave it blank.
Okay.
I had to do this with Pony and just Pony. No, Pony and Lily. So it will let you just leave it blank, and it won't add anything else, and that makes it a little easier because I don't have to delete stuff in order to replace it.
Okay. That's a shame that, I mean, if you're paying for this, you'd think it'd be updated. But...
Yeah, I think this is just sort of a new feature, I think.
Gotcha.
And that's why they don't have a lot in there, which is unfortunate, but it's pretty cool that they at least help you out as much as they can.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, hopefully they flesh it out a bit more.
All right, so leave that blank, and then subclass. There's multi-class 1 of 4. Do I hit the plus sign to add a multi-class?
I would not I mean, that would mean that you're no longer a level 3 ranger. You would be a level 2 ranger and a level 1 something else.
Oh, no. Pass.
It gets a little complicated, and I would not suggest it for your first character.
All right, so just hit next then. All right. Okay, so Primeval Awareness. Beginning at level 3, you can use your action to expend 1 ranger spell slot to focus your awareness on the region around you. For 1 minute per level of the spell you can sense whether the following... Okay, I've seen this before. Okay. So, that's...
But also, remember, that's not what you're actually getting, because we're using the revised version. So if you look at that PDF, you'll see what the new Primeval Awareness does.
Okay, let me scroll up. Let's see. Okay, beginning at level 3, your mastery of Ranger lore allows you to establish a powerful link to beasts and to the land around you. You can communicate with beasts, and they recognize you as kindred spirit. Oh, that's even better. I like that. Through sounds and gestures, you can communicate simple ideas. It sounds like something that Pony can already do, right?
Yeah, it's actually something that Pony and Kira are both kind of...
I think Kira's better at it, or she can have a full-blown conversation with it, whereas I think Pony can only do signals. Is that right?
Yeah, so Kira has a spell that would allow her to speak, but she has to use a spell slot for it. Like, have, like, real conversations with them, and Pony's is more like she can convey simple ideas.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Without using a spell slot.
Right.
Should I be, like, copying and pasting this somewhere into my character sheet so that...
No, I'll take care of it. Don't worry about that.
Okay, just to make sure... Okay.
No, you're good. I'll take care of it.
Okay. So I got... Okay, so I'm on the features page. I don't think there's anything I need to do there. So hit next.
Nope.
I'm on spells. I can add 1 new spell.
Yep.
Okay. So there's Alarm, Animal Friendship, which... How is that any different? Okay, just convince a beast that you mean it no harm. We already have so many characters in our party that can talk to animals and stuff.
Yeah, I would have to agree with that.
Yeah.
And I think with your level 3 thing, where all animals kind of treat you as like kindred spirits or whatever.
Right.
That would be almost pointless to have.
Quick question.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sorry, Pony.
No worries.
If I become a riding horse, would anyone be able to, like, ride me?
It's a PG-13 game. Come on, calm down. Yeah. I'm just kidding. Yeah, actually, yeah.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah,
I'm
you
about
just
to
be a
run.
horse. Enemy could
Yes, I
drive
need
you.
this.
Have I seen a giant wolf spider?
You've seen a giant spider. I mean, you guys fought them in Thunder Tree, so
Mm-hmm.
wolf spider, sure, why not?
From my understanding, wasn't it based on her level? Like at lower levels, she can only transform into these things, and then at higher levels, she can transform into the better stuff.
Yeah, and it says that on the little document thing that I gave you, Kira. So all the
Is that what
first
the
table said.
CR is? The CR0, CR1 out of 8?
Yeah, so if you look at the very top of the first table, it says wild shape form second level. So everything under that you could use when you hit the second level, and then the next table says fourth level. So you can't use these yet, but you will be able to in one more level. So it's based off of your
riding
level.
horse is under second level.
Yeah, so yeah, you could totally turn into that. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, what's up?
Oh, I have a quick question. Let's say if like combat started, right, and we all roll initiative, if two people rolled the same number of initiative, can we do attacks simultaneously?
No. Although technically, the way you're supposed to see it in your mind is that everything that happens in a round happens within 6 seconds of each other. It's just whoever has higher initiative is doing it slightly faster than the person behind them.
I see.
So the way that it works is if two people roll the exact same initiative, you're supposed to determine who has the higher dexterity modifier, and that person would go first. If you guys have the same dexterity modifier, then you guys can just choose who goes first. And if it's between you and an enemy, we usually just let the player go first.
Okay, I see.
I'm not exactly sure what to take. I mean, these other spells aren't all that appealing to me. Cure Wounds is I mean, that's a good utility to have. Animal Friendship is redundant. Alarm seems very situational. Detect Magic and Detect Poison and Disease. I would assume, like, if one of us got poisoned or diseased, like, we could identify it and treat it, possibly. Unless I'm thinking of some other utility for it.
I like the detect poison.
If you want, yeah, I mean, detect poison's cool. Fog Cloud is really cool because if you cast it on like an enemy group of rangers or bow users, like they can't see out of the cloud, so they'll either have to move out of it or take attacks with like disadvantage. The problem there is that if you try to attack into them, you also can't see them, so it's like it goes both ways. So it kind of works more as a CC rather than like a straight up bonus to you guys and debuff to them.
It also costs one action, so I'd have to give up my entire turn to do that. Yes,
you would. But it has its uses in combat and even out of combat, and a lot of spells specifically say choose one target you can see. So if you cast it on a spellcaster, they might not be able to do their spell without getting out of it or what have you.
For someone with Detect Poison, can they potentially like try and find poisonous herbs or something to put on their arrows or on their spears or whatever?
I like that idea.
I would allow it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. It says, how do I do that?
You could sense the presence and location of poisonous creatures, and diseases within 30 feet of you. You can also identify them. Yeah, so yeah, I would allow it. It would have to be within 30 feet of you, so there might be situations where you just use it and you don't find any poison, but
yeah, or like I'm just picturing like an enemy and like a boss that we come across, and you put poison on like a cupcake or something, and then we like sneakily put it in their food or something. Like there's lots of things you could do with poison.
I like how you go for a cupcake. That's your go-to.
Yeah, right. I'm never eating a cupcake ever again. In fact, I'm doing the cooking from here on out.
You already do.
I know. This is a ritual, though, so is this only usable during combat, or can I use this, say, like, at the start of an encounter before even combat starts? Can I, like, use this ability to search the immediate area for poison and then possibly coat some of my arrows with it and then go into combat and not waste an action, or is this only?
Okay.
Oh, interesting.
Rituals are really cool, actually. So the way a ritual works is that you can cast it one of two ways. You can cast it as a spell, or you can cast it as a ritual. So what casting as a ritual means is that it says casting time 1 action, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you cast it as a ritual, the casting time becomes 10 minutes, but it doesn't expend a spell slot.
Okay.
So you basically can cast it for free, but you can't do it in combat for free.
I see. So it's best to do it like before, like at the start of an encounter, like for example, we were going up to the castle, we were in the bushes. I could have done it then because there was no combat and prepared the ritual. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so how I guess to what extent can I use that as far as poison? Like would I coat all of my arrows, or just maybe 1 or 2, or what's the balance?
I might. You know how I might balance it out for you is
dice checks.
I might make it very, and I still haven't formulated this fully in my head, so the subject to change for that reason.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I understand. Mm-hmm.
Disclaimer. But I'm thinking it might be fairly easy for you to find poisonous plants, but I might have you do some sort of check to actually sort of transform it into something that you can apply to your weapons. And if you fail that check, then the materials are wasted. If you pass it, then you can, depending on the roll maybe or something like that, apply to this many arrows or this weapon for this amount of time, sort of thing.
Okay.
And if you roll a 1, the poison just squirts into your eye, and you become blind for like a couple days.
Okay.
Wow. Would not want her as my DM.
No, not at all.
I'm just saying. It'd be funny.
But that if you're willing to go that route, that's something I would definitely consider.
Okay. Yeah, I'm stuck between cure wounds and detect poison and disease.
Yeah, cure wounds is always good.
Yeah, I have that one.
I've got good berries already, though. Like I've got that going for me, so I don't know if cure wounds would be redundant.
I have cure wounds. Doesn't Kira have cure wounds as well?
I have healing word, but I don't
Healing
have.
word heals slightly less than cure wounds, but you can use it at ranged, whereas cure wounds is touch, so you have to be right next to the person.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I'll take detect poison and disease, just because like everything else seems to be redundant. There's also detect magic, but I don't think I can actually like. I would just figure out what they're using and not like I wouldn't be able to like absorb it or anything from my
Yeah. So what people usually use detect magic for is to determine actually no, that's identify, never mind. Don't listen to me. So yeah, detect magic is you can use it if you have like a suspicion that I don't know, maybe this door is enchanted with some sort of magical trap sort of thing. And you could say, oh, this door is emanating evocation magic.
Okay.
And then you guys would then know to disarm the trap or whatever. So it has uses. It's a little situational.
Bless you.
All right, muting.
Okay. How often can I use the detect poison and disease? I mean, if it's a ritual.
If you're casting it as a ritual, it essentially becomes like a cantrip where it takes 10 minutes. So it's not like you could just, if you're walking out in the woods and you're saying, all right, I'm going to use it every 10 minutes. I'm going to sit here and, do my ritual for 10 minutes, then we'll walk for 10 minutes and do my ritual. Obviously, it's going to take you a lot longer to get to places, but you could theoretically do that.
Okay, gotcha.
So it's basically infinite as long as you're using it as casting it as a ritual.
Okay.
Actually, let me look at the spell too. Curious. They have like some sort of duration, so I just want to check that.
Because I can picture Vince doing that walk every 10 minutes.
I'd like to look for poison. I'd like to look for poison.
You totally would.
So yeah, it does last 10 minutes. So you would have to do, cast for 10 minutes, active for 10 minutes, cast for 10 minutes, active for 10 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That would be annoying though, to hold up the party for like if we're in the castle and I'm consistently like, okay, we beat these guys, I'm going to look for more poison now. Like that's just annoying. I'm trying to figure out a way to make use of this poison stuff without it disrupting the flow of play. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah. Well, how about?
I mean, I'll trust you. I mean, like.
Well, I don't want to like totally just like make it like some sort of automatic thing, but I was thinking too, like if you want to go this route, we could do it to where when you guys sit down for like a long rest, you can go out and try to scout out for some poisonous plants or whatever.
Okay.
You know, just make that part of like the long rest sort of procedure.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a good enough GM that I think he'll like, put it in there. Like I have a feeling that he's putting in lots of stuff that is linking up to our abilities. We just have to find it. We have to be smart enough to, to find that stuff.
Would it be too overpowered to then apply the poison that I find to other party members' weapons?
Oh, that's a good one.
No, I mean, if that's what you want, absolutely. It just might like I might say that just to sort of like have some sort of balance to it, that like it might cost the same amount to coat, like, let's say 5 or 10 arrows as it would to coat one blade if you wanted to like do Renee's sword or something like that.
Gotcha.
So it might cost more because the sword you could constantly use, just constant, and do like 100 attacks with it, whereas the arrows you can only do, let's say like 5 or 10 or whatever.
Gotcha.
So I'd have to strike up some sort of balance there to where it would cost a little more to put it on blades or melee weapons.
Cool.
Can he put the poison on my vicious mockery so it can have like that extra sting?
I mean, he could put the poison in your throat. That's up to you.
Wow.
That's so funny.
How much it'll affect the vicious mockery?
No, just kidding. That's hilarious.
The vicious poisonous mockery.
Yeah. She's just like foaming at the mouth, like spewing. Just trying to like insult.
Listen, you lie!
Holy crap, that's funny.
Alright, I hit next and it just says review. I've gained these class features: Divine Sense increase, Primeval Awareness, and spell slots. As an exchange, your novice notions of the world for experience, a feat may become within reach, not today. Okay, and then spells, you have learnt these spells, detect poison and disease. Okay. Alright, and then hit apply changes.
Hit apply changes. I will probably not tonight, but maybe after it's community night, I might go in here and actually add the stuff that you actually got, because this obviously looks pretty bare because it doesn't have anything that you actually got.
Right.
But yeah, I'll take care of that stuff, so don't worry about that.
Okay. Yeah, let me know if I can do anything to help you out with that, because you've got enough going on.
Oh, no, it's not a big deal. Sometimes Roll20 can be like a real pain in the butt to do things that should be simple, so I prefer to just not put my players through it, because I have a pretty good idea of how it all works and all.
Right. Are you okay, Kara? Did you figure it out on your end?
Yeah. How do I add my creature that I can transform into?
Okay, so that's gonna be something that I'm gonna have to figure out.
Okay.
I know that there's ways to do it like in a really cool way, but it's gonna take a little bit of effort from my part, so I just got to figure that all out. I'll see if there's some resource out there that does it easily for me. But let me worry about that. Long story short.
Am I allowed to use Stench Cow if I decide to go with that?
Stench Cow?
What is Stench Cow? It's just a cow that farts all the time? What?
Stench Cow.
It's like stench and then it's KOW.
You just made him swear, Kira. I love you.
Stench Cow.
It kind of looks like a wildebeest.
Moo!
I'm gonna tip you over if you turn into.
You know what's funny? There's if I look up Stench Cow and I go in images, there's literally the creature and a dude standing behind its butt with a shield up to it, and the creature's pooping at it.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Wow.
Go internet. Yeah.
That would have been a perfect. Didn't you say that your first D&D you did rockets out of your pooper?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was mocking. I mean, I felt bad because I really wasn't taking it seriously. So I was just a mage shooting arcane missiles out of my rear end the entire time. I did not return for a second session.
Yeah. Damn.
I was just there to clean my colon. Once that was done.
Oh my god.
They could have kicked you out so fast.
There it is. I posted the image.
A wizard keeps their arcane focus is none of my business, right?
Oh,
This
God.
thing says any creature other than a stench cow that starts a turn within 5 feet of the stench cow must succeed on a DC 26 Constitution saving throw or be poisoned. That cannot be right. I refuse to believe that.
Isn't that like the dragon?
That's like that's the highest DC I've ever seen in my entire life.
Is a stench cow a high ranked
Are you gonna let me see
No, it's
that?
something
Or,
that they say that she
I
can turn
don't-
into.
Yeah.
It's what? Okay, I'm looking at it. It just looks like a bull, kind of, but a bull and a pig. A bull and a pig.
Wow.
Is a species of bison native to the lower plains, is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this thing says DC 14. That makes a little bit more sense.
Sorry.
Oh man, I'm not sure if that one's going to be on the table.
No.
No.
That
Okay.
seems a bit strong.
Okay.
Gonna take over the
What
world.
about a badger or panther?
Go
I'm pretty
stench cow.
sure I've at least seen those at some point.
The green dragon shows up. Go stench cow.
Wait, what did you
It
ask?
said resistance to fire and poison. I was like, ooh.
Yeah.
Gonna kick this thing in the face.
You know, the next time we go to a store, I'm going to ask for Pokeballs. So that way, every time Kira changes to something, I want to throw a Pokeball up there.
No.
And when she speaks, she can only say the name of the creature that she morphs into. Stench cow! Stench cow!
Stench cow.
I get stuck in a Pokeball. Screw you.
That is so funny.
Do you think if I turned into a giant wolf spider or a dog that Lily's character would be conflicted? I'm taking into account the fact that she's either going to be afraid of what my creature is or she's going to want to attack it.
Oh my god, I didn't even think of that. That is amazing.
Because if I turn into a giant wolf spider, we're probably
Just
going to have problems.
sneak up on her and turn into a German Shepherd.
Boo. Well, actually, I can't turn into that, but I can turn into a mastiff.
Okay, there you go.
Amazing.
I'm going to have so much fun with it.
What have I created? I feel like that's what Nick's saying. What have I done?
I should not have sent her this list.
Wait, if you
I
could,
take it back. You're the only druid that doesn't know how to shapeshift.
if you could turn into a mastiff, can you turn into a Magelli?
That doesn't make any sense.
That
Go,
lives.
get out.
You get it? You get it?
No.
I actually don't get it. No.
Stiff, loose.
Kevin Bacon is nowhere near today.
Oh my
The 7 degrees of Kevin Bacon doesn't work in your favor today. Sorry.
That is so bad.
That that picture I just sent, Pony, that's you behind the shield, and that's me.
Wait, where is it on Discord?
Yeah, videos and media.
Oh Lord. Oh gosh.
Okay.
That is
I
heinous.
think of your joke.
That is heinous. That's what I think of my own joke too.
Wow.
Okay. Poor
Alright.
Nick. Probably got off.
Nick's like,
Yeah.
I've had
Where is
Tabletop Simulator open for the last half hour. Can we please do something else?
I'm looking into how I can do this wild shape thing easily, and there's actually some pretty cool stuff. So
Okay. Well, I love tonight's community night. Thank you guys for joining.
No, yeah.
no, yeah, I can do this later. So if we want to start on a game or something, I'm totally down for that.
Okay.
I want to try Tabletop Simulator because all the games you guys have been playing, I can't find. So I'm like, did I
I can send you the links. I can send you the links to them and then you can just hit subscribe. And I'll show you how to do it.